Now let's explain a few things at the bottom here. So this is one layer. We can click that and we can scrub through the timeline. You'll see on the side here that our counter is going up. Right now we're at 1 second and 22 frames. If we go over to here, we're at 5 seconds and 21 frames. This is our timeline from the end all the way to the beginning. That's what will be exported. Okay, so this is our name, which is up here. This is the file that was created. Everything that you create gets stored in the project panel. So solids by default get put into a solids folder, and then it was placed down here. So we have a few different options here. We can lock the panel, which means we can't do anything with it. So that's great if you're animating a whole bunch of things and you don't want to move this layer by accident. We can solo this layer, which means if we had multiple layers and we only wanted to see this layer, we'd click on solo, and then that would be the only layer that shows up. Okay, the next thing is we have some animation boxes over here. So the first one is a 3D box. If you click this, it'll enable this layer as a 3D layer, and then in the tab here you'll have a whole bunch of other options for rotating and spinning in 3D. The next important thing for you guys to know is motion blur. If you click on that, that means you're enabling motion blur on this layer, but in order for this to be turned on, you actually need to turn on the master, which is right here. Enables motion blur for all layers. So with that on, you turn it on for that layer, and then this white solid 1 layer will now have motion blur, and that will be seen if we do some animation. For now, we'll turn it off. The next thing is working around in your timeline. So the workspace here is the blue from the right to the left. That is, again, what will be exported. Below it is the layer in the red here. So if we go here, that means that at the beginning there will be nothing, and then all of a sudden it'll turn on. Same with the end, for example, and nothing. So I'm just going to undo that, Command Z. Okay, now we're back to where we were. We have a white solid that fills up the entire composition from 0 to 10 seconds.